Season 2 of Andor has dropped, once again in 3 episode arcs. Disney's clever little tactic to dodge early bad reviews. So, does the show jump to light speed and blaze a path through the stars, or stall in orbit, dragged down by Disney's corporate gravity? There are moments of genuine excellence, strong writing, compelling performances, and flashes of what made Star Wars special in the first place. But just as often, we're reminded, this is still a Disney product, never too far from inserting modern cultural talking points that risk undercutting the immersive world building George Lucas worked so hard to create. In this breakdown, we'll dissect 5 major sequences: the Hangar Heist, the farm refuge, the Gorman Plan, the family dinner, and the political wedding. Then we'll stitch it all together in a finale that asks the only question that matters. Is Andor still the adult drama it promised to be? Or is it just prestige-painted Star Wars sludge? Expect zingers, lovingly weaponized sarcasm, and a few moments of genuine praise. By the end, you'll know whether Andor remains the gritty exception to the Disney Plus assembly line, or if it's finally collapsed under its own bureaucratic weight. Strap in. The season kicks off with an Imperial engineer. She pops the hatch from a console and waddles towards a TIE interceptor like a discount Jabba the Hutt, except less charismatic and twice as likely to clog a personal body waste disposal unit.
Look at that small moon.
That's no moon.
And waddles off, leaving the ship wide open. The camera lingers, subtle as a Wookiee at a library. Inside the base, Cassian Andor, skulking in the shadows, decked out in an Imperial test pilot uniform. The engineer rolls in and tearfully hands him a key and password. Andor reassures the fearful girl with a pep talk so earnest it could make a droid weep, praising her as the moral backbone of the rebellion. Think Harriet Tubman, but with access codes. He heads to the ship, still carrying his helmet, always in hand, never on head. OSHA violations aside, he launches the interceptor and rams it backwards into a wall, a scene ripped straight out of Independence Day. Panic ensues. Stormtroopers arrive and immediately start shooting at the multi-million credit ship they're supposed to protect. The ship's ion cannon melts holes in the hangar doors. Physics? Never heard of her. He slams through the holes and escapes. 2 TIE fighters give chase, and for a fleeting moment we're treated to something resembling actual Star Wars. Andor dives into a canyon, lures them into a collapsing cave, and flies free. He then crash lands on a forest planet and gets jumped by bandits. He insists he's not an Imperial, despite the uniform. They tie him up anyway. Enter Karen, clutching a TIE pilot's helmet like it's a gotcha moment. You're Imperial, cause helmet. Honey, by that logic, Chewbacca's a barber. They try to start the ship, but can't figure it out. Instead, they hold him hostage for 3 episodes. That's the entire narrative function. As night falls, infighting erupts. Eventually, these geniuses settle their standoff with rock, paper, scissors. A giant beast crashes the party and eats 3 people. Amid the chaos, Andor steals the interceptor and escapes. As he soars away, temples poke through the jungle. It's Yavin 4. Nostalgia hits like a warm Corellian whiskey. In orbit, Andor sets course for Mineral to find Bix, despite an Imperial blockade. On the picturesque farm planet Mineral, Biggs and her rebel pals hide out as undocumented workers. Disney's not so subtle nod to immigration. The scenery is just gorgeous. Amber waves of grain giving a golden glow to the landscape, all the way to the horizon. Very nice, much wow. While fixing equipment with Biggs, number 4, the token awkward teen, generates cringe by flirting with the farmer's daughter. Awkward, hormonal, hilariously juvenile. They hear a thunderous roar, then see a massive ship descending through the atmosphere. It's an Imperial Order ship here to do visa sport checks, aka space ice. Since they are, illegal immigrants stealing jobs, this presents a serious problem. The farmer reassures them the Empire mostly wants to keep grain flowing, not round up illegals unless someone makes trouble. The group hatches an escape plan to a neighboring farm. Of course, number 4 sneaks off for a cheesy goodbye with his crush, just as Imperials arrive. Timing not his forte. Lieutenant Kroll, your stock sleazy officer, inspects the farm and tries to chat up Biggs. Within a minute, he's asking her out. She declines. It's unsettling, but subtle. Until the later confrontation, the infamous scene that made the internet lose its mind. Let's be clear, he creepily invades her space, makes a move. She says no, he tries anyway, and she wrecks him with a hammer, twice. Is it a snuggle struggle? Technically yes. Is it gratuitous? Not compared to the things Star Wars has always included. Come on, hot hugger Leia in a bikini with a leash, Anakin turning a daycare into an abattoir, and don't forget those super cute cannibal teddy bears. This ain't new. Meanwhile, Brasso is arrested trying to find number 4. As chaos breaks out, number 4 opens fire. Biggs yells the lieutenant tried to consenticize her and blasts the driver. Stormtroopers charge the bunker, only for Andor to swoop in and nuke the scene in his TIE interceptor. In the firefight, Brasso escapes, but eats a blaster bolt. Andor lands to find him dead. Biggs and a heartbroken number 4 arrive. Cue the tears, hugs, and a grim silence that's almost cathartic. Until you remember, Disney's still whispering its agenda through the cracks. At the top secret meeting, Orson Krennic reveals the Empire's plan to exploit the mineral-rich planet Gorman, known for its Gorman twill, a luxury fabric woven from spider silk. And no, not some exotic Star Wars alien species, just regular spiders, like the ones in your shower. But underneath the surface, there's vast deposits of calcite, which are essential for energy independence. Extracting the calcite via gouge mining, think space fracking. The process risks destabilizing the planet's core, potentially killing 800,000 Gormans across 9 cities. Krennic's hand-picked team, including ISB officers Dedra Meero and Partagus, are tasked with ensuring compliance, or to cover it up. The Ministry of Enlightenment, Star Wars' Ministry of Truth, admits Gorman's prestige was manufactured, and they will now pivot public perception to justify the upcoming Gorman genocide. It's dark, dystopian, and holy Sith, actual Star Wars. No woke nonsense, just Imperial grit. Annoyed by being reassigned, Dedra confronts Partagus, refusing to relinquish her rebel hunt. He dismisses her protest. The promotion is not optional. It is done, and she should be thankful for the opportunity. It's chilling dystopian bureaucracy at its most efficient. Back home, Deidre now lives with Cyril Khan. Disney's idea of white romance. Two psychopaths with the emotional development of traumatized orphans with unresolved parental issues. The pair prepare for dinner with Cyril's mother, Edie, who arrives like a wrecking ball of veiled insults and passive-aggressive jabs. She critiques Deidre's looks, mocks Cyril's wardrobe, and laments her own martyrdom, weaponizing guilt with surgical precision. What unfolds is a masterclass in psychological warfare. Every insult, every faux polite comment from Edie is calculated to reassert dominance. Her eating is a mess of melted fondue chaos, a metaphorical assault on Deidre's meticulous control. She even tries undermining Deidre's past, her upbringing, and authority over Cyril. Cyril, emotionally broken, retreats to his room in a sulk, leaving the two women to finish their duel. Deidre takes this moment to put her foot down and discipline Edie. She asserts full control of Cyril's life, calls out Edie's manipulations, and exposes Uncle Harlow's criminal record, shattering Edie's toxic illusions. It's a brutal, beautiful takedown. By the end, Edie is a docile, sweet, doting mother, beaming with pride, reprogrammed like an imperial subject. Magnificent. At Mon Mothma's estate, her daughter's arranged wedding into a shady crime family unfolds. An extravagant galactic soap opera, where Mon Mothma trades her daughter's future for rebel credits. Mon and her cock husband Perrin greet the arriving guests, including Luthen, whose presence risks exposure of their rebellion ties. He's there at the behest of Davos Cauldron, father of the groom, and delivering a rare antiquity as a wedding gift. From the start, the wedding feels jarringly un-Star Wars. George Lucas painstakingly built a galaxy of alien weirdness, but Disney drops in rave music, spider silk, and shirts with buttons. The house DJ might as well pull out an iPhone. And then there are the lesbians flirting. Just two single girls looking at the prospects, she says, as she locks eyes with her. Sorry to disappoint you, girlie, but she already owns a rug.
Who wants to eat some carpet?
I'll eat a bit of carpet.
Nothing subtle about it, just box checking from the DEI checklist. The real story is the psychological chess game between Mon, Luthen, and Tay Koma. Tay is having a bad week. His business failed, his wife left him, and he's in dire need of some financial assistance. The stress causes him to get drunk and start spiraling. His slurred boasts threatening the rebellion's secrecy. Luthen wants to silence him. Mon resists, pacing marble floors, but realizes her hands are tied. Tay casually admits cozying up to Cauldron for cash, further compromising Mon's entire operation. Amidst this, Mon wrestles with the brutal cost of rebellion. Her private moments with Leda, offering to call off the ceremony, is met with teenage spite. It's a gut punch. As the ceremony closes, we hit the climax. Mon, emotionally shattered, decides to deal with her problems in the mature way nature intended, by consuming copious amounts of alcohol and dancing like a sorority girl on Naboo Molly. A disco ball droid floats overhead, while the camera flashes to grim faces. Val brooding, Tay's pending assassination, Brasso dead, Biggs traumatized, and Andor heart draped in twilight. It's beautiful, jarring, disjointed, and tragically effective. And Mon Dancing, her movements a mix of liberation and despair, her soul burning with a desire to save a galaxy that might not be worth it. Across 5 sequences, Andor Season 2 paints a galaxy rotting from within, where action, bureaucracy, family, and ideology bleed into one another. The Hangar Heist gives us grit and fire, echoing Star Wars at its best. Messy, thrilling, human. Even the hydrospanner-wielding idiots can't derail the momentum, because rebellion, at its core, is chaotic. The farm refuge slams us into the moral mud, where safety comes with strings, and justice is filtered through drama, misinformation, and moral exhaustion. The Gorman Plan reveals how evil doesn't need a villain in a cape. It thrives in boardrooms, hidden under euphemisms and data models. The family dinner reminds us that tyranny festers at home, behind closed doors, sharpened by silence, between people who mistake control for love. And the political wedding? It's rebellion dressed in tradition, alliances carved in silence, sacrifices sealed behind false smiles. Together, they form one truth. This isn't a story about heroes or villains. It's about people trapped in a system too big to break, making impossible choices, with whatever scraps of agency they have left. And yet, there's hope. Not the sparkly kind, the brittle, stubborn kind, the kind that survives. This season remains a tug of war between inspired storytelling and corporate interference. When it zeroes in on espionage, moral ambiguity, and the raw cost of resistance, it soars, delivering unforgettable dogfights, psychological duels, and dystopian intrigue. But whenever it detours into side character melodrama or diversity checklists, the momentum stalls and the narrative feels diluted. Cassian often becomes a guest in his own journey. It might as well be called Rise of the Rebellion. Disney's agenda still seeps into every scene, reminding us that even as they try to course correct, the creative team remains tethered to a franchise-wide agenda. Yet even amid the studio mandates, the show offers glimpses of the franchise's foundational magic: grit, sacrifice, and unvarnished conflict. A future arcs tighten focus and resist box-ticking impulses. This series could become the blueprint for revitalizing the genre. Until then, we endure the highs, grit through the lows, and hope the next season pivots to artistry without agenda. Let us know what you think. Agree, disagree? Drop your verdict below. Is Season 2 a rebellion done right? Or just another corporate mandated seminar? Your feedback could shape the next transmission. Stay sharp, stay rogue, and don't let the studio rewrite your fandom. Blast that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more fearless breakdowns. Also, check out my Give Send Go campaign. Link in the description. I run this channel full time with zero income. If you can help, great. If not, sharing the campaign helps just as much. Thanks for watching, and see you next transmission.
Power of the dark side. Ha 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 ha.